What is up? It is Paristtmpped, Paristtmpped, and we get back with a better video. As you can see, I am in nature. This is what y'all need to be in. This is amazing. They're singing. The fucking trees they're like swaying all together. This is magnificent, and I wanted y'all to just get a little moment to yourself, As you know, my channel definitely focuses on just my trans journey and how I navigate through my experience, and I share my tips and tricks on what I do. But with that, it has opened me up to being a trans artist. When I first started to make music and just be open about just doing it, I was very secretive. I didn't want anybody to know I was trans. I don't know what that was about. I feel like it was just a lot of, I guess you could say, shame, a lot of worry. I don't know what I was worried about, but I guess also worried about just being perceived incorrectly, not being taken seriously, not, people not respecting me. I don't know. It was just a lot of things I worried about. So it made me keep it a secret, and I'm not proud of that, because I feel like, growing up, I had inspirations that spoke heavily about being trans, LGBT plus, and I was like, one day I'm going to grow up and I'm going to do that. And as I was growing up, I was very expressive about it, and then out the blue, I guess, became very shameful, and I was worried and in my head about it, and keeping it a secret and not wanting to share certain aspects because of, people knowing more about me than I knew about them, and everyone else being secretive and people just being nosy and weird. There were just so many things that I thought about and worried about, and it made me hide from myself, and it made me uncomfortable with my own self. It was hard for me to come out. It was hard for me to go, I'm trans. And I was also worried that once I became trans, that I was gonna only have to be trans. Like, that was all I could be. But I'm realizing, like, I'm not trying to say that's all I am, but I want to bring in a certain kind of community when I make my music. Yes, I love to bring in everybody, but I just feel like, I don't know, something about knowing that my community that understands me and my experience is what's tuning in and who's tuning in. It rings my bell. Acceptance changed my art completely. It made me see everything as beautiful, including myself. It made me see myself as an art piece, as a sculpture, as something that I can express through. It made me appreciate my inspirations more. And it made me realize, okay, I can go beyond this experience. Like, I really like Dreamer. I don't know if that the person that goes, Valentina, she's a dreamer from the moon. A little hay, a little hay, a little too. Dancing through the night, yeah. The one that sings that, I feel like, Dreamer, I think they, them pronouns. They make music that I'm like, and even just their expression is what I inspire to be. Just being open and honest about my experiences, so I can be in spaces that cater to who I am instead of me having to cater to it. It's made me realize that I can break the boundary now. I can do whatever the hell I want to do with no explanation, because people don't understand me anyway. What the fuck's the point of needing to be understood by a population that doesn't even like me? I can literally do whatever the fuck I want right the fuck now. And that, to me, it just inspires me every day, and it makes me realize we can all do that. But I'm gonna do that. It's helped me be introduced to other LGBT plus creatives. It's made me literally meet people that I would have never met if I wasn't just open and honest about my experience, and just go, this is who I am. Fuck it. You can be that too. It's opened my mind to androgyny. Like, I feel like, I can do whatever I want, and those who know, and those who don't won't. It's like this secret understanding that I'm me, and I'm not going to explain that to anybody, not even myself. Like, I love to express myself, dive into my, like, let me see, I wrote here, fluidity in music and creation. Like, I feel like I I now understand that it's about binding both energies together and then expressing it however it wants. Like I'm the result of freedom of expression. And to me that's like beyond freedom for me. It taught me not to have to explain myself. No one needs to understand me, like I said, but me. I used to need to explain myself because I was this black man. I was just this black man, a septum piercing. But I'm so much more than that, you know? I have an entire story on why I chose to be who I am today. You know, and if you want to understand that story, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so that more people on YouTube can find it and be inspired to choose themselves. It took me out of the box. I'm out. And whenever I go back in and I remember wait a minute. This is an illusion. This isn't real. I'm out in the box. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. It took me a while to realize my depth. It took me a while to realize I'm multidimensional. I'm always changing, always evolving. I'm not who I was yesterday, but I also am. I'm fragments of it, but I'm also who I am today. And who I am today won't be who I am tomorrow. And these little pieces are going to be drastically different in a month compared to a year and 3 years and so on. And some of us don't realize that. We're changing piece by piece in microscopic moments, which is why it's very important to realize that your depth is very vast. And I feel like a lot of people don't, and I surround myself around people that are like that, who maybe don't understand that they're always changing, and I start to, or maybe I just think that they don't think that. So then I take on traits that make me believe that I'm not, because they don't see me as the person that I am today. They see me as a person as I was yesterday. And I realize that I actually changed in those matter of 12 hours. My experience is unique to me. And that's what being trans and, you know, being a trans artist has taught me. You know, that's what this experience has reassured to me, is that this experience is unique to me. And people just may or may not understand that. I may or may not understand why I'm even sharing it. My inspirations allowed me to choose myself. So I'm allowing you to choose you. Free yourself from the idea that this transition has to make any sense, because it doesn't. You don't even have to understand it. You just have to do what you want to do every day with no regrets, because regrets lead into detransitioning. And I'm going to get into that subject deeply, because I feel like, you know, it's not discussed enough. I feel like I made a video about it and I just didn't post it. But I do want to touch on that topic because I do think it's not talked about enough, definitely by people who've been on this journey for a while, you know. So if y'all want to hear that detransitioning video, comment down below and I'll touch on it. I don't know. Recently, I've just it's like this weight has been lifted off my head. And I think it's just like this overwhelming feeling of acceptance of who I am today. You know, for a while, I was like looking back and trying to figure out like who I was, who I am, and who I'm going to be, and just trying to make it make sense. But I'm realizing that it's honestly like changing every day. And all I can really do is control the moment and hope that following my highest good is the plan. You know, that's just how I am as a person. As you know, my website is dropping in a matter of like a few days. Paristtmpped.com. I'm very excited for y'all to just tap into my universe that y'all are helping me just be able to do. Y'all buying my Freedom Fragment patches are gonna allow me to continue to pour into not only myself but into y'all with these tips, tricks, and just experiences, because I'm realizing that, like, you know, watching those videos as a kid, it really changed my life. And I'm not understanding how me just speaking up is enough. And thank y'all for helping me realize that. I will catch y'all soon, but until next time, peace. Oh shit, it's following me. Oh, it's following me. Oh. Awkward. I gotcha. Oh, sit down. I can tell. Found in NYC, subway train is where you feed. Tryna fill a void instead destroyed me. Bond with me, went away for days. I just assumed on your monthly retreat. He was found in NYC. Shook his hand before us, showering he was kissing at your soul. At the time, I was learning, burning bridges at my school. You were focused on his grade. I could move around like pots of gold. He was found in NYC. Found in NYC. Found in NYC. Found in NYC. He was found in NYC. Am I only dreaming? Dreaming, only dreaming. Am I only dreaming? Dreaming, only dreaming.